All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that right and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 31, Minshew. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, touchdown number 22 on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Watson. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Minshew sets to throw. That's It's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
First down,
ready?
Jacksonville.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Here's Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to...
So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Watson now to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
To throw is Watson. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first down throw, Watson. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. A good pickup there, a 22. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Watson on touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in this.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
The Texans on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. On 2nd down, Minshew. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DJ Reader. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. On 1st down, Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
I'm coming after you. Hey, 59. 58,
On 2nd and 9, Watson, and a catch made by Hopkins. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. That catch is number 819 of his career. It ties him with Hall of Famer Steve Largent,
who did things largely below the radar. Not this guy. 819 catches, that speaks loudly in volumes.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Here's Taylor. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies.
Here we go on 4th. Watson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Yannick Ngakoue. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to be caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Check. Crunch. 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 Hey. I-7. 5.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the route is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Throwing again is Watson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Watson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Going deep for Hopkins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Oh, now he bowls him over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about team scripting.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Third and long, it's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
General West. Check.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th, now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way.
Fournette loses it. It's out, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Who that? Look at me, zipper. 41 Mike. Get it.
On 2nd and goal, Minshew. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
58's the mic. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? 59!
After the interception, here's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check three. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
You don't want none.
They're going for it. It's Watson. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2nd down and goal. Minshew escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Completes it to Hardman. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You're not ready. You're not ready. 58 to Mike.
Here's Watson. Going to throw again.
They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we got a backup who's warmed up and is coming to the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. Here's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Texans claw one back. Now with the play clock almost gone, Sean McDermott's going to call for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. From the gun, here's Watson. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
I smell fear in that.
They'll run with Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Fournette, a first down carry. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
From the 44, Minshew. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, doesn't it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, Fournette. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Check.
To throw again, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Minshew. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Watson. Throwing again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Watson on target here to Fuller. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
30 base. Stop here, D. Snap.
Fournette on the counter. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill. Turn it up. Kill it.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive? Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Jags grab it. And some room to run now. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Watson now, operating from the gun. He's going to let it fly. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Being chased out left. And he lost the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. Hey, here we go. Hey, switch it.
Now Leonard Fournette. And down inside the 15 he goes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.